Alright everybody, gonna make a little quick one here, finish up. So we have our Castle Creations motor in, we have our Mamba ESC in and secure, we have it plugged in to channel 2 and then into the auxiliary. That's to help with communications and everything else. I do plan on getting the Bluetooth module to put in. That way I can program it straight from my phone and start getting used to that whole thing. Because once we upgrade bigger, we definitely are going to have to do some things. Create space is one of the biggest ones for this. Find a spot that this can just sit and be good. So because the next one's bigger than this. Same with the motor. We'll have to figure some things out, but we will shift that around. But that's in. We are going to paint the wheels, so I've masked off some of that so I can paint it. We're painting them this orange just because why not? It's kind of a hodgepodge anyways. So we've got green as a main color, which is great. We've got a little white, which is white in there, so I might as well figure to throw the orange from the body onto the wheels. Just because. They're probably not going to be the wheels we'll have forever. Of course they might be, but either way, if I don't like it, I can always tape them back up and respray them again. Black or whatever. So for now, just kind of throwing things out there just for fun. I almost said stuff I can't really say on Facebook without getting a well, let's just say it's something in giggles. So we have soldered on the XT60 for this. I'm getting adapters for my batteries because my batteries are DIN plugs. So this will do fine. Plug in here, the battery will come up, plug in. Maybe we go this way, I don't know, we'll see. I can turn it around, put the wires up here, boom, connect them in easy, have plenty of space for it back there. Just thinking everything through. Yeah, I'm probably going to tape this down now that I'm happy with where it's at. Get it a little more secured, taped down so that the Velcro here doesn't affect it. We are, what are we, this is the 6th day of June, so that leaves us with 17 days till the sand drags. And as I've discussed before, this right here, we broke one. This is the good one. I tried re-gluing the other one just to see, but this is old drive shafts, right? We now have new ones. So what we've bought is this right here. Make sure I'm getting this in focus. So why I like these, this is a lot thicker than it looks like in pictures. We'll open this stuff up and talk about it more, but basically the dust covers, the CVD covers, you can see those. I'm going to try to get the reflection off of it. That's a big thing, keeping all the dirt, dust, sand out of the CVDs. Big deal. Along with it, new front axle pins. We've got both the sizes, so there's thick and thin. The thin ones go into the back, the thicker ones go into the front. The axle nuts in green, plus new nuts for closing that off, and new pins. Also little hex pins for these, which will help retain them onto the axle so they don't slip off, so you don't lose your little axle pins. That came with it. And then along with everything else, we have this right here. So we get this into focus here. So I turn this so you can see better. 17 millimeter hexes along with a 10 millimeter extension. So what that's going to do is going to widen the truck. We're going to put them on only on the back. I want a narrower front, wider back. That's going to keep us stable as we're skimming along the sand. A lot more stable. Therefore, we'll be going straight. We're going to put in the 50 weight shock oil, which this is the thing I want to show. I just found this out myself. This is interesting. So 50 weight is 640 CST. Okay, so CST is basically how fluid it is, how resistant it is. So the higher that number, the stronger it is, right? So in our diff, we put 4K, 4,000 CST into our diff to keep it from a little more locked, essentially. So we're putting 640 in, so that's the 50 weight, but 640 CST. Super important to know that in there. That'll thicken stuff up, and that's this brand, which I forget who makes this. Racer's Edge does this one. So if you go to 50 weight, and this is a key I want to touch on, is 50 weight in Racer's Edge is 1 CST. Traxxas 50 weight. If you put it in, it's not the same as this. Traxxas 50 weight, I believe, is somewhere in the 1300 CST, so it's thicker. If you go to another brand, check the CST on that. The CST is really what's important, right? So I have to check to see what Traxxas 30 weight is in CST. I don't want to be stepping down. I need to be stepping up. I may return that and get something that's thicker, or even go to the diff oil and find something maybe 1,000 or 2,000 CST to put in to just make that shock not bounce as much. That's the whole idea I want to do. Now, when we ran this out on the beach, because people stepped in everything, so there's a lot of pits and everything in it, it did a lot of bouncing, which is fine. We're testing, so we got to that 27 mile an hour, 27.8 mile an hour, I think it was. No, 24.7, I think is what it was. Somewhere in there on rough terrain. Now, mind you, that rough terrain is slowing us down, so when you get on a manicured, obviously we're going to go faster. That's the whole key, right? So with the Newcastle motor, we just had a little too much torque for the plastic, so we replaced this now. Could have got another set of shocks for maybe $10 less, $15 less than what I got this whole kit for, but it would have just been literally the back drive shafts, nothing else. With this kit, I got the front and the back, and the fronts need to be replaced because we had bushings, and those bushings wear on the spot, which means it's not as tight a fit, right? Because they've been rubbing and wearing down on these bushings. So new set is great. I do need to get another bearing for the front because I have a bushing in the front on each side. I need to replace that with a bearing so that I'm not wearing these new ones down. And other than that, I'm very happy. We got green, which is our color. It's a darker green, but it doesn't matter. It's green. You're not going to see most of it. You'll see the drive shafts, and you'll see the nuts on the 17 millimeter. But other than that, that's it. So there are no instructions on everything. I've got these little O-rings, which I'm not exactly sure where the O-rings are supposed to go. I don't know. we'll figure it out when we get into it, see where they're supposed to go. But everything else is pretty self-explanatory. We got shims, which is really great to have the shims. This is a this little thicker one here. This is for you put this on and then you put your wheel nut on. Helps hold the wheel in better than just the wheel nut. Mostly for, if you're bashing and whatnot, you want more holding onto the wheel than just a little spot, because it can burst through. So that's nice to have. We didn't have those before. We'll be putting those on. And that's it. So we'll get more into this video as I bust this open and start putting things in and whatnot. I got to take the back end off again and take the front end apart to assemble this. Actually, I probably don't need to take the whole front end apart. Just slide things out, replace, and that's it. So super excited. We'll get this all on, and then we'll show how we put it on and go from there. Alright, so here we have our parts. Obviously, little axles. Let's get into stuff. So first thing I want to get into are the new drive shafts. So let's go ahead and cut these open. Bits and pieces. To give you a new T-wrench, which is nice. Of course, we all have tons and tons of those. This is really good. I like the flexibility. They seem really smooth, which is super nice. You can see the flexibility here. Oop. You can move back and forth. Obviously, you're not going to get more deflection than than what you're seeing here within that boot. It's very nice. Again, this is thicker than I thought from the pictures, which I definitely love. And in here we got all our shims, all sorts of stuff. Why do I only have two and then some washers? Okay, yeah, just little things to shim things up so that you don't get slop in your axles. Really important that you shim these things up so that you get a good tight fit. So that's great. We'll put those in. This is one of the things I wanted to take a look at. So this eliminates, hopefully you can see that, get it in the light, get it focused. Well, you can see that there's the slot for the pin, so that just slides on in, and then it's got, pull these out, it's got these little bits here, which then become your nut and secure this whole thing in onto the axle, which is really great. So you don't have to worry about taking the wheels on and off and losing stuff. This will secure on there, won't come off, and then you just use your 17mm nut to secure on your tire and wheel, which is really great. It's a plus 10. If you can see that. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Probably not. It says plus 10 millimeters. So basically, when you put this on to your axle, this will slide to this point, which is where the pin is, so there, and it extends that out. So normally your wheel would be here, now your wheel is out here. So that's got to extend the axle, which I think is going to be really great. Again, the wider out we go, the steadier it's going to be as it hits bumps and whatnot. It definitely allows, if the front wheel is dragging, creating a rut, that the rear wheel will be outside of that rut. So I think that'll give us a lot of extra control. So happy with the bits and pieces. Like I said, for the price of this, I got it on the Amazon, and Like I said, super happy. Lots of extra parts. Just tons and tons and tons. So many extra pins for all sorts of stuff. Even that's a set screw for your axle. So new one there. They look like they might be stainless, which is even better. But all the parts anodized, which is really nice. I do like the black because you'll see wear on the black. You'll still see it on the silver, just not as easily and quickly. But super excited to put these on, and we'll get to that. So we'll get right into that next part of the video. This is what it looks like installed. Real good with the green and black, staying with that. Very happy with it. Haven't run it since, other than just testing it. Put the battery in, let the wheels roll around, and everything seems to be fine there. So that's really good. Very happy. I was noticing it was not popping a wheelie, which is great. So we're going to do some testing, and we're going to do testing without the wheelie bar, and we're going to move this over here. We're going to start taking weight off the front to find basically the minimum weight that we need to keep the nose down. Okay, and then we'll probably try to run it that way, since that'll be less with the wheelie bar, and it tends, in my opinion, tends to keep better control. I may be wrong, but I don't know. I'm still new to the whole sand drag thing, right? We're going through and we're doing the things we need to. Now, as far as our fourth pole here, the controlling one for the motor, I have not got the Castle Link. I'm basically trying to find out with the coupon that Castle gives you when you buy their little kits. In mine, they offered either the Castle Link that lets you just hook it up to your computer, or they had the field card that you could get, right? So you can make changes on the fly with that and pay $10 more. They have since taken that deal away, and they want you to call customer service essentially and talk to them about what they'll do. So what I'm hoping is that they'll give me the I think it's B Castle Link, the Bluetooth one, for maybe $10 or $20. I know they're going for somewhere around $50 right now, at the time of this video in 2024. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll get something so I can fine tune it. It's not going to happen before the drags, which is just fine, because I'm going to need a lot more time dealing with that. I just want to see how this performs in its current state, right? And let it run and go from there. One of the things I do want to do is get some bigger paddle tires. I just don't like the thin ones. When they balloon up, they go real thin when they balloon, and so that gives me a very thin contact pad, which I don't want. I want more contact as it's doing that. So we're getting the bigger wheels and putting those on. I'm also going to test this. My thought is the grass is very similar to sand as far as what the kind of drag it's going to give. So instead of taking it out to the beach, I'm going to test it in the park down the street from me and just do some pulls and make sure that the durability is there. It's not as nice as the manicured surface, but it's definitely not as rough as when I was out with everybody's footprints and everything. It definitely was doing a lot of bouncing like this. So I want to see how it does without that bouncing, and see how fast it goes. So we'll be testing there. and just kind of going from there. So I feel that I should be getting enough grip. If I need to, I'll put these paddles on and run it in the dirt or the grass. I don't think they'll do too much damage to this, plus I'm replacing them anyways. But I think that'll give me, hopefully will give me a good representation of what to expect, and kind of go from there. I just want to see what the speed is on it. So we've got our GPS to find that out, and we'll be toying with that, seeing what we get with this new system. So I may put the run footage in this. This may just be something that happens a little later in the week. Right now we're on the Saturday before. Saturday before the big event, which it's June 15th right now. So that gives me 1 week, and I want to do some serious testing and get a couple packs through, hopefully. And like I said, as we go, taking weight off of here until it starts to pop a wheelie, and then we'll add some back on and just kind of go from there. All right. Well, either stay tuned, or thanks for watching this video, and have a good day. We'll see you in the next one. Go make it. You can do it. Have a lot of fun. We'll see you in the next video.